We are live once again for another live stream video. Hello guys, this is Kieran Rodriguez. I'm here with another good video here today. For those of you that are interested in listening for this particular topic, I'm going to be talking about why Teofimo Lopez is ducking George Kambosos Jr. to vacate his IBF belt, to basically avoid him. For those of you that may not know, Teofimo Lopez is in a really bad situation right now, as he is basically under the impression that he had faked COVID-19. Triller and George Kambosos is under the belief that Teofimo Lopez could be under a possible, I guess according to Triller and George Kambosos, they both believe that Teofimo Lopez faked COVID to make the excuse to say that he is not willing to fight George Kambosos for the June 19th date. And supposedly he lied about that, and he was in Italy with his wife that's pregnant. And now it seems like that Kambosos and Triller, they're now thinking that was fake all along. And I guess Triller and George Kambosos, they're working together to have the IBF step in to say, hey, look, you got to fight George Kambosos or else, we're going to strip you. And then I'm pretty sure, with all that money that Triller had invested in Teofimo Lopez, they're going to sue the living shit out of him. I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. I would not be surprised, because what you see is what you're going to get out of Teofimo Lopez. And I think what Teofimo is doing right now is what he's definitely going to do in the future. So don't be surprised if he tries doing this to a guy like Gervonta Tank Davis, because I guarantee you, if Teofimo Lopez knows that he cannot get away with what he did with a guy like Gervonta Davis, he's only going to do it now with a guy like George Kambosos Jr. So the only reason why I am under this belief that Teofimo Lopez is ducking George Kambosos Jr. is because he knows what he's going to get out of George Kambosos. George Kambosos is not your typical, I'm here to get a paycheck type of fight. George Kambosos is the type of fighter that will give you a tough fight. And as far as I know, Teofimo Lopez, I guess he's having trouble making 135 too, and he's not training as hard as he should be, because there has been exposure from his camp that he hasn't been taking training seriously, knowing that he's been out the ring for well over like a year. So it just so happens to seem that Teofimo, he's not even he's not even like fully prepared for this fight. And I find it really weird and just very hypocritical, because it's just like Teofimo knows what's going to happen in this fight. And I'm not saying that George Kambosos can win this fight. I'm just saying Teofimo Lopez, he does not look like the same fighter, prior to the Lomachenko fight. Christian Lewis says the fight should have happened in June. Apparently he has issues making weight. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm saying too. And I think Teofimo Lopez is kind of showing to the world that he cannot campaign at 135. Like, I mean, look, if you can't make 135, then move the fuck up to 140, because what's going to happen is that I personally believe that Teofimo Lopez, he's going to fuck around and try to stay at 135 to think that he can make the weight until he meets a guy like George Kambosos or anybody that gives him a rough, rugged fight. Because, we all know that he's not going to fight Devin Haney. Devin Haney is going to keep calling out for that fight, so that way he could get undisputed and then move up to 140, because that's obviously why Teo is still there at 135, because Teo is only at 135 only for the sake that he's just waiting for Devin Haney to move up. And if Devin Haney moves up, then Teofimo, he'll just go get the WBC title, and then boom, Teofimo will go straight for undisputed, and then Devin, he'll just campaign at 140, and then Teofimo, he's going to try doing the same thing at 140. But I don't see that happening, because what Teofimo is going to do, he's going to try to pick a fight here, pick a fight there at 140. Obviously, Teofimo wants to get that fight in with Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez. I don't see that fight to be realistically possible. I think Teofimo is being a little bit crazy for trying to get those fights. But honestly, why would Josh Taylor, want to fight you? For those of you that don't even know, Josh Taylor had made a statement the other day, I believe. It was like a couple weeks back, and he said that I'm not going to fight Teofimo Lopez because, he has unfinished business with, Devin Haney. And, obviously he knows, what Teofimo has to do. He has to go get undisputed first. And then, if Teofimo is really about that life to beat Devin Haney, then he should go after it. But I'm not going to sit here and just say that Devin Haney is just not, the WBC champion, because it'll show you on BoxRec that Devin Haney is a WBC champion and Teofimo Lopez is a franchise champion, which that doesn't make him higher than Devin Haney. He's basically ducking Devin Haney to prevent a fight, or to prevent himself to fight him, which it doesn't make any sense, because Teofimo Lopez, he doesn't have the WBC title, and as far as I know, you need to have the WBC title in order to request the WBC franchise championship. So this is obviously just witness protection, political favoritism by the WBC to protect Teofimo Lopez away from Devin Haney. And then, I guess until Teo has balls, he'll probably fight Devin, but that'll be probably 5 or 6 fights somewhere down the line, because I personally don't see Teofimo, fighting Devin now at 135. I think he's going to build up his confidence, and until Teo got some manhood to fight Devin, it's probably going to be at 140 or probably 147. I really don't see Teofimo moving up any higher than 140, because if he moves up to 147, he's going to get slept. Like, Teofimo now is not going to have the same mobility at 147. He's going to look so bulky. He's his body type is not going to be there. And I can easily just see him getting cracked by some big, big puncher at 147. That's going to give him problems. But, as far as everything else goes with Teofimo's career, his IBF belt will be vacated according to his team and manager. And I guess the next step will be the IBF probably moving forward with George Kambosos and Isaac Cruz Gonzalez, because it seems like that's what's going to happen. Because honestly, I would really like to see Devin Haney take that fight, or try to take that belt, so he could at least have the WBC and the IBF. But unfortunately, if he can't get that, then he could probably just fight the winner of Kambosos and Isaac Cruz Gonzalez, and that'll be settled, before you know it. The only problem that I have with this fight is that Isaac Cruz Gonzalez is a very dirty fighter, and I don't see how Isaac Cruz Gonzalez really makes this fight anything cleaner than a Margarito versus Manny Pacquiao fight, because I really do believe Isaac, he's going to come in there to beat the living shit out of George, but I don't see how George would let Isaac try to hit him, because George, he is a good fighter. I'm not going I'm not going to doubt his skill sets, but I think the amount of drive that George has in the ring can only go so far until he gets hit by a puncher that knows how to break him down. And I don't see how Isaac Cruz Gonzalez is not going to come in with any bad intentions to hurt George, because I personally believe Isaac is definitely going to fight extremely dirty in that fight, and George, he has to be prepared for anything that may happen in that fight, because Isaac, I believe he's shorter than George. George is like 5'6", 5'7", and Isaac has to be like a good 5'4", 5'5". I know he's like around Gervonta Davis's height. So I don't know. It will be interesting to see where things will go for the future of the lightweight division. But let's just say Isaac Cruz or George Kambosos, wins that fight. Then Devin Haney, if he still wants to stay at 135, if I'm still Devin, if I'm Devin Haney, or if I'm in Devin Haney's shoes, I'm definitely going to try to attempt to go get the IBF. And if you can unify that belt, then you could just, basically see. I really wish, if Teofimo does fight Lomachenko come December or sometime in October, I don't know when that fight will happen. I'm pretty sure they're gonna fight each other sometime in October. I'll just make that up. And let's just say Teofimo beats Lomachenko again. I won't be surprised if Devin Haney tries to go for the IBF, and then if he gets that belt, then Devin Haney can, move forward and go, straight for, whatchamacallit. He can go straight for Teofimo, one last time to go for undisputed. Because if Devin can do that, then I'll give Devin Haney all the credibility in the world. Because at this point, there's really nobody else left for him to beat. I mean, you got fucking who? You got fucking, I believe Ryan Garcia. Hold on, I'm looking up Devin's box rec. But you got Ryan Garcia. You have Mr. I wasn't gonna say Hector Tanajara, but he recently got stopped by that Mexican kid, William Zepeda, which I was very shocked that Zepeda actually won that fight. Good for him. But yeah, we got Isaac Cruz. He's number 10. Javier Fortuna. He's already done. Yeah. And then we got Mr. Nakatani. He's still at number 12, knowing that he got beat. And William Zepeda. He's number 8. I'm pretty sure Zepeda. He's gonna be on the come up, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna call out Ryan Garcia, or probably like Lee Selby, whoever's on top. I actually wouldn't mind seeing him fight Richard Comey, because Richard Comey, he really doesn't have anybody to fight. So I mean, if he wants to go over to DAZN and beat the crap out of William Zepeda, then by all means go for it, because I mean, he's really not that far away from getting another world title. I mean, he can easily re-challenge for the IBF. I'm pretty sure he can do that. I mean, Richard Comey has a lot to go for. So I don't see what else is to really say, other than, just take that risk, and, he'll be back on track. But either way, I don't really think he has too much really going on, with his life. So he'll be back on track. But as far as anybody else in the lightweight division, we have Mr. Who else? We do have Michel Rivera. He's number 9 on BoxRec. Honestly, I really do see Michel Rivera coming out on top, because when Devin Haney and Teo, when they leave, it's definitely going to be Ryan Garcia, William Zepeda, maybe George Kambosos if he can get a win off of Isaac Cruz, because they're going to fight each other for the IBF. And then, anybody past that would be, or anybody after that would just be maybe Rolando Romero. And yeah, that's about it, honestly. Like, I mean, I really can't think of anybody else. I mean, Jermaine Ortiz, he's number 42 on, on BoxRec. But there's really nobody interesting coming in. Angel Fierro, I mean, he's a good fighter. He beat Alberto Machado, good for him. I think that's a really good win for him. But anybody else, I'm not too sure. Honestly, when we're looking at the top 50 names here on BoxRec, there's really nobody else on the come up. I really just can't think of anybody good in particular, but I don't see what else is really left. I mean, Luke Campbell is gone. Ricardo Nunez, I think I remember him. Is he? Yeah, this is the guy that got knocked out by Gervonta Tank Davis. And wow, he actually beat Alfredo Santiago. Whoa, that is, wow. Wow, that is a big win. Even though I don't think that's a big win, but for those of you that don't know, Alfredo Santiago was the guy that gave Devin Haney a little bit of trouble. And, went the distance with him. I think he got dropped. But yeah, Santiago, he got TKO'd in the 9th round. So, Ricardo Nunez, he won the WBA Feda Latin title. So, yeah, good for him. So I guess I don't know. Yeah, I mean, if this guy is gonna be a problem sometime in the future, then yeah, good. Good for him. But I don't see this guy really going that far. I think he'll probably get stopped by Michel Rivera. But by no means he's anywhere near Gervonta's level. He obviously got his ass beat. That showed for itself. But anybody else prior to that, really nobody else left. I mean, there's this, Dennis Bierenchik guy. I don't know who the fuck this guy is. He's really not that good of a fighter. He's only 15-0. Last fight was back in March. He got a 3rd round TKO victory over Jose Sanchez. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, this guy is like a 36-year-old bum, by the way. He's not that good of a fighter. But it's like, what else is really there? I mean, the lightweight division is pretty much very weak. It's not really doing too good. So, yeah, there's really nothing going on. I mean, the lightweight division is actually just I mean, it's starting to be one of the hottest divisions, but it's a developing division. And I mean, anybody else that I haven't mentioned, Raymond Murataya or Mr. Frank Martin, I actually like him. He's a good fighter. He's actually very deadly as a fighter. I think I saw him fight last time on Top Rank. I think he's a Top Rank fighter, if I'm not mistaken, but he's a good fighter. I actually like him. I've heard of his name a couple times. But Andres Cortez, he's a good fighter. Alberto Machado, he's still not out of the race. He can easily bounce back. Alfredo Santiago, even though he got stopped by Ricardo Nunez, he can easily be back on the come up. And I think that's pretty much it. I mean, yeah, there's Steven Ortiz. Yeah, he's a decent fighter. I don't think he's the best fighter in the world. I actually saw him on Showtime. Yeah, he fought that Jeremy Hill guy. Yeah, that wasn't a bad fight. I mean, honestly, I really thought he actually kind of lost that fight. To be honest, I never thought he was actually really winning that fight. But I don't know, man. It just kind of seemed a little bit suspect at that point. But there's also that Victor Padilla kid. He's really good. He knocked out that Velasquez kid. I forgot what his name is. His name is Thomas Velasquez. Yep, he knocked him out. That was a really good win because he's a PBC guy. So yeah, I mean, there is a lot of competition coming up in the lightweight division, but I think the people that are coming out on top are the American prospects or contenders, and several, Latino, um, I would say Central and Caribbean American fighters, such as like Michelle Rivera, and yeah, I'd probably say maybe some Mexican fighters too. But that's pretty much it, man. I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, I do believe this is really changing the political landscape of the lightweight division. I don't see how George Kambosos is not going to fight Isaac Cruz Gonzalez. I think that's what his next step will be, and I don't see this getting better for Mister Teofimo Lopez. So it's gonna be interesting to see what this whole chapter will start for the lightweight division, because Devin Haney, he really wants to become undisputed, and I feel really bad for him because he's a good fighter, and I don't disrespect him by any means necessary. I give Devin Haney all the love and respect in the world, but at the end of the day, it's like just take a look at what he's going through. Um, it's really terrible. Oh, sweet, my girl Stephanie Pinheiro, she's gonna fight this Sarah Bellotti girl. Yeah, I can't wait for that fight. I'm definitely gonna talk about her a little bit more. But good luck to this beautiful woman, Miss Stephanie Pinheiro, Aquino. Oh, and she's a southpaw too. Wow. Yeah, I can't wait for that. That's coming up in September 2nd. So yeah, I'm probably gonna make another video for that. Probably support all the Puerto Rican fighters that I like watching. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Anything else that I haven't said, I apologize. I think that's about it. And yeah, to hell with Teofimo Lopez. This is bad professionalism on his behalf, and Teofimo Lopez needs to he needs to do better as as a champion. I think Teofimo Lopez should have still fought George Kambosos on June 19th, or he should have just took the fight on June 5th. I don't understand why. I think that was pretty much his only good chance of him actually doing something, to actually just get the fight out the way and then just fight Lomachenko, in the winter or in the late fall. But it just sucks that Teofimo really gave up this opportunity, and I don't understand why he is giving Triller and Top Rank problems, which it's mostly Triller, because Triller won the purse bid and they invested so much money all into him. So now it's like, if Teofimo, if he's gonna vacate this belt, it's not just about the belt anymore. It's now money. Teofimo wasted $6.2 million spent on him, and he's not even guaranteed that money. I'm pretty sure they're gonna take all that money back and just reinvest it or sue it, and then try to get some other big names onto the platform. I just don't get it, and I think Triller did a really shitty job in promoting the fight. They only did one showing of a press conference and a trailer, and then that was pretty much it. It just didn't it didn't fan out, or it didn't plan itself out as it should have been properly. And it wasn't as good as what many would say that it should have been. And I was just really surprised that it never went to that route of where things should have gone for, how should I say, for everything to be promoted properly. And I think Teofimo, he knew what was wrong from the beginning and to the very end, but you should basically he still should have showed up to his job and still defeated George Kambosos and just move on. Even if you weren't getting good numbers on TV, it still does not matter. Like if I'm in your position, I would not give up my fight. I would not change up my fight date. I would get this fight out the way unless I'm really, really sick, not pulling off no COVID shit, but actually just saying, hey, look, I kind of feel like I'm having a massive headache leading into a life-ending, seizure or some shit, that's a good, probable, statement or a probable excuse to get out of like a fight. But for Teofimo to fake COVID, to pretend as if he had it, which he never did, and then lie about that shit, and then go all the way out to Italy with your pregnant wife to act like, oh, this George Kambosos fight is already over, so I'm just going to think about Lomachenko when I get back. Like, dude, you're putting yourself into a really big situation, and I don't know what's going to happen in this lawsuit, if there's ever going to be one pushed against him, but I'm pretty sure Teofimo Lopez, he's going to be sued the living shit out of everything he owns. And I'm pretty sure he doesn't care about that, because he just cares about getting away from George Kambosos, because, we all know that Teofimo Lopez, he either did not want the smoke with George Kambosos, or he's just not willing to work with Triller anymore, and he's still avoiding George, but he just wants to take Lomachenko instead, which I don't get it, because it's like, you were going to get paid a shitload of money, so why didn't you just fight him anyway, even if you did lost? But it's just like Teofimo doesn't care about that. He cares about him securing his O and making sure everything is protected politically. And to me, I just find that to be cowardice, because I don't know what champion does that in the sport of boxing, where they get out of a fight, but they use a sickness to get out of it, and then they're caught red-handed going out and about with their friends and family to pretend as if, oh, well, I was sick, but now I'm healthy again, so I'm just gonna go back and do what the fuck I want to do. No, dude, it doesn't work like that. So that's pretty much what I gotta say about Teofimo, man. Let me know what you guys think. Put your thoughts down below in the comments. Hate, like, subscribe, do what you gotta do. I really don't give a fuck about you haters. I'm just here to cover the boxing, content. And, until next time, thank you very much, and I appreciate every single one of you. Bye.